Well, another year older. 58 years on this planet. Many, many, many of them in the music business. And, they say another year older, another year wiser. What have I learned? What have I learned? Well, I'll tell you what, the most important thing that I've learned is that we are a community. Here on YouTube, I'm just blown away by the shared experiences that we all have. It's just really been incredible. Everybody knows that if you watch my channel, I try to reply to everybody. And I'm going to continue doing that for as long as I can. But I know there's going to come a time where, I might not be able to do that, but I am staying on top of it. Sometimes every now and then I'll miss a comment. And sometimes there's a weird thing where YouTube will, I'll reply to a comment, but then in my comments, it says that I haven't. And, so I'm trying to battle that, because once I comment to somebody's comment, it goes away from my active comments in my thing. So sometimes I'll comment and it doesn't go away, and I'm like, what? It's like a weird glitch. But the shared community that we all have, you can spend years and years, in this business. I spent a lot of time alone. Yeah, there's a lot of parties, and people come and go in your life. Musicians, girlfriends, things change, people change, and they can come and go in your life a lot as a musician. And not everybody sticks with you to the end. So I'm very lucky at this point in time in my life to have my wife, to have my child in my life, and have somebody to celebrate with. Now, I know all of you out there, not everybody does. And man, I certainly understand how that is, and that is tough. But know that you have this shared experience with me and with the hundreds, thousands of others that tune in and watch this channel. People come to watch my videos, not just for what I have to say. I mean, there's a lot of people that enjoy, the commentary, but they read the comment section. Because let me tell you something. The comment section on my videos is a treasure trove of stories, shared experiences. And you might meet somebody in the comments that lives in your area, and you could start a band or a friendship with. It's been a revelation for me, having all these people that have shared the same experiences. It's very easy to feel alone in life, and the older you get, your circle gets smaller. And I don't hang out with friends and go out for beers and or go out to places. Of course, I'm not in Nashville anymore. I know in Nashville I could always probably go to the Red Door in Midtown on a Tuesday night and probably run into some people that I was on the road with, or friends of acquaintances or whatever. Being now, I'm in this small town outside of Tampa, and the town is so small. There's like one little package store, kind of bar. And I asked my wife, because my wife went to college near here, and I asked her, because she used to go to that little package store bar when she was in college. And I named some of my favorite dive bars in Nashville, like Mickey's Tavern. And I said, is this bar package store, is it worse than Mickey's? And she's like, oh yeah. And I was like, is it worse than Red Door? Oh yeah. I was like, okay. So even if I was a drinking man again, it probably would not be a place that I would go to. But I just want to thank everybody out there, because this has been a learning and growing experience. I make these videos, they're very lo-fi. There's not any trickery or AI. And I intend to keep it this way for as long as possible. Now, I know at some point I'm going to be able to, fire up a microphone in my studio and have some time where I could, capture the audio that way. And, I know there's people that, that want that, but I know there's a lot of you out there that just like the real, their search for something real, and that is why we're here. That is why people tune into my channel, because, it's like the early days of reality TV. Now, I was on a reality TV show, and I'm not going to say when, and I'm not going to say which one, and, spill any of the tea in that way. But, after doing that, and my wife watches a reality TV every now and then, and sometimes I'll get, pulled in by the stories. But I have to tell her every time, I said, this is entertaining, but I wonder how much is real. Because my experience with reality TV, and I was just on one episode of a show, it was scripted. I was handed a script, and the members of the group were, okay, who's going to be this guy? Who's going to be band guy 1? And who's going to be band guy 2? And who wants to do this? And who wants to do that? And then, it was scripted, and we ran it, like, okay, we talked it through, here's what's going to happen. And you're going to do this, and you're going to do that. And then they film it, and they do a couple different takes, and they got a bunch of different angles. It was like a mock fight scene, and so, even reality TV is not real. It's not real. So, my thing is this. People tune into this channel for reality, and, celebrating right now, celebrating my 58th birthday. I'm here keeping it as real as possible. I'm sitting in a garage with no AC, no heat. I just killed a spider that was about that big. I don't know if it was poisonous, but in Tennessee we have the brown recluse, and this kind of looked like a brown recluse on steroids. So I was like, it was looking at me, and I was looking at it. It was mean mugging me, and I was mean mugging it. And I finally said, bro, you got to go. I've got sandals on. I don't want to have go out with a spider bite on my birthday, right? But, my reflections of all those years of playing gigs and these stories, man, I've got hundreds and hundreds more stories to tell. It's just a matter of jogging the memory. And that's why, when I would be in the green room on gigs, and somebody would mention, another gig, or somebody would mention something happening at a gig, or or this celebrity or that celebrity, boom, something would get triggered, and I go, man, listen to this, and so, I miss the green room. I do miss playing live. I got a gig offer the other day. Somebody messaged me about a New Year's Eve gig in Nashville. So I've still got my toe in the water there. I still may get offers to do stuff, but I don't think there's any going back as far as we're here now, and we've got a lot invested in this house, and I like this house. I like where we're at. I know my daughter likes it. We've got an amazing pool in the community, and I'll probably document more of that down the road. But I'm just super, super thankful that at 58, I found this community on YouTube, this shared experiences and camaraderie that we have. And I know I've got my regulars on this channel, and I appreciate you guys so much. I appreciate it so much. I am so thankful when I get up, and I try to be on every debut, every video debut I do. I try to go on there and be in the comment section and say hello to everybody, and if somebody asks a question about the video, I try to have an answer, and I try to be there. Now, it's not always possible. Sometimes I can just pop in, and then the wife goes, I need you to do this, and I need you to do that, and she doesn't really get that. Look, this is my debut. I debut every day at 8 a.m. Sometimes I put out a video later in the afternoon, but usually every morning at 8 a.m. So I'm popping out the videos, and I'm having a great time doing this. This is almost my therapy, after all those years, and sometimes still having nightmares about situations on the road, or some of the places I've had to live, and some of the experiences I've had as a musician. This is giving me a lot of time to kind of clear my head and assess where I'm at. And I play guitar every day. I play it every day. And I ordered myself a little birthday gift. I had the Kemper and everything for a long time, but I got my Kemper Profiler player yesterday, and I plugged it in, and I dialed in a sound, and I was like, oh, this sounds good. This sounds really good. So, I'm looking forward to the future. I'm thankful for all you guys tuning in. There's more to come on this channel. I got gear companies sending me pedals now, just kind of the smaller companies, but some good stuff, sending me some good stuff. So that's coming out soon. I hope one day that PRS and Fender and, maybe Novo and, maybe Eastwood and some of these countries, some of these other companies, I know I'm an old guy, but we are a huge market. Let me tell you, we still buy guitars. We still get excited about gear. I'm still every day, I'm looking for what's the latest thing, what's the newest, coolest thing, and what kind of tones can I get out of this new guitar this company's coming out with. And I'm curious about things like the Fender Player 2. Have they made those better? I'm curious about the Vintera 2. I have a lot of experience playing, and a lot of a lot of time and using gear. I've got decades of gear. I was experimenting with pedals before that became a thing, really. I would try all the different pedals. I would try them, and and the ones I didn't like, I would sell. And, I've been on a lifelong tone quest. And because I always knew that tone was your face, right? It was the face of your sound. And if you had a tone that made people, like that, well, they were just reflecting on what they were hearing. And that tone, if people know that when they hire you, and it's not about how many notes you play when you're backing a singer, it's about having a beautiful tone, creating a beautiful bed that they can lay their melody and their voice into, and make it, just velvety smooth for them, so that they can sing and not have to worry about it. Look, I know what it's like to front a band, and when you're singing, every little thing kind of distracts you. And I've worked with some singers where it affected them so much that they were just no fun to back, and I would just stop working for them. But I get where they're coming from. I get it. They're wanting to hear the music a certain way, and if they don't hear it that way, it distracts them. And I get that, but I don't want to work for you, bro. You too high maintenance, bro. But yeah, I always try to provide a nice bed, for the vocalist to sing. And, I've got a lot of knowledge over these 58 years. And, I can do some good demos. I don't do my demos the same way I do these talking videos. I plug into my DAW, and, if I got to mic something up, I'll mic something up. But, most of the time I'm using a profiler, a modeler, or something like that. But I can get some great guitar tones. So I would love to grow to the point where all of a sudden Fender sends me a guitar. I would be over the moon if that happened. If Charvel sent me a guitar, I would be over the moon. If PRS sent me a guitar, I don't care if it's an SE, I don't care if it's their latest budget model, I would be over the moon. And I am thankful, again, for everybody that tunes into my videos. You guys have made this year awesome, and I thank you so much for it. Thank you.